Seeing no other members to speak, I want to close Dr. Bright. You've been here for just shy of 4 hours of straight testimony. And my observation is the following. I think that you are the finest ambassador in our country for scientists. Your encyclopedic knowledge, the depth and the breadth of it, I think as the American people have listened this morning, that you have given them confidence. You've also issued your warning. And I pray, and I sincerely mean that word, I pray that we will work together successfully so that that window that is closing, we will optimize the time that we have while it is still open. You know, facts are really stubborn things, and sometimes it's uncomfortable to have to deal with the facts that we're facing. But the United States still has more cases, more deaths by far than any other nation on earth. And by that definition, we have, in my view, a profound failure. You have given this committee a roadmap today. And we all have been witnessed your integrity. So thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for your willingness to testify here today. Thank you for your courage, which has raised your blood pressure with all of the what one contends with when you become a high-profile witness. But I think you should rest assured that you've made a difference today. And on behalf of all of my colleagues, I thank you and salute you. And thank you for your family being here as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll ask the, yes?
Just was going to ask if I could be recognized for concluding remarks.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. Dr. Burgess, you're recognized.
And as I outlined at the beginning of this hearing, there are a number of things that we do need to look into, and I hope that we will. This crisis has been going on for several months. We had an hour tacked on to a budget hearing at the end of February, and then this is the first glancing blow we've had against this crisis. So I welcome the hearing today. I think it's important. I appreciate Dr. Bright being here. I appreciate him bringing his guest. I do think we need to look into the issue of testing. I simply do not understand how the CDC got so far behind the curve at the beginning, and I would like to know that. But I also feel like there has been, in previous administration, there was an effort to really regulate what are known as laboratory developed tests and move those away from CLIA regulated products to FDA regulated products. And that really did put us behind. The innovators have now stepped up. I'm thankful that they have, but we shouldn't have excluded them in the first place. And I think that was, when we look back on this, that is going to be one of the failings at the federal level. And that's not a recent failing. That goes back to guidances and rules that were issued back in 2012, 2014. As far as testing is concerned and the ancillary supplies, there are tests that might just involve taking a salivary sample. That'd be great. Spit into a cup, not have to deal with one of those obnoxious swabs going halfway down your throat. I suspect those cups are probably in greater supply and more readily available. And then, Dr. Bright, you'll remember I had an interaction with you in March. I've had people pounding on the door with all kinds of ideas. I had people who want to make personal protective equipment. They turned their furniture shop into a PPE manufacturing shop. They had difficulty getting through the bureaucratic cul-de-sacs of the various federal agencies. I've got a man that's got a breathalyzer test for COVID-19. I don't know whether it works. If it does, it's pretty intriguing. A mobile unit about the size of a bread box that you could take from place to place. You simply blow into a tube, and we'd have to have more straws. We've outlawed them recently, but that could be dealt with. There are some innovative things out on the horizon. The vaccine worries me too, because I recognize there's some illnesses for which we have never found a vaccine. H1N1, and I realize that's different because that was a flu vaccine, but that did happen in about 8 months, if I recall correctly. The outbreak happened at spring break. We didn't know if we were going to be able to open the schools in September, but the vaccine was generally available mid-September to early October, depending on what part of the country you were in. So that success story gives me some hope that perhaps there is going to be light at the end of this tunnel in the form of a vaccine. But I do welcome that we had the hearing today. I look forward to a number of additional hearings. The ranking member of the full committee was quite correct to invoke Rule 11. We will keep that as an option going forward. And I thank our witnesses for being here today, and I'll yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Thank you again, Dr. Bright. And the first panel has completed testimony. And I just ask the staff to prepare the table for our next witness, and then we will begin in just a few minutes.
This House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee hearing taking a break in between panels so staff can clean off the witness table. We just heard from immunologist and public health official Rick Bright. Coming up, testimony from a vice president of a medical device company. You're watching live coverage on C-SPAN.
Yeah.